Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to give a quick shout out to some of our newest subscribers to our YouTube channel. I want to give a shout out to Tyler Angel Black, Zach Monday, and Karthik Rajgopal. Thank you very much, all three of you, for subscribing to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for subscribing. Okay, things are getting very interesting with Bray Wyatt. There's been talk of he's going to end up in AEW. There's been talk he's going to maybe end up in Impact Wrestling. But report that I'm reading today, Impact Wrestling is reportedly really after the Bray Wyatt signing. And this is just fantastic news that they're going aggressively after Bray Wyatt. Now, people are saying, I've seen some people on social media saying, oh, they're not going to be able to afford Bray Wyatt. Yes, they'll be able to afford Bray Wyatt. If they could put a nice package together, I'm sure Bray Wyatt will be very, very interested. And yes, they could afford Bray Wyatt. They have the money to afford him. But I like the way that they're going aggressively at this Bray Wyatt signing. I would love for Bray Wyatt to end up in Impact Wrestling. Buddy Murphy, as I mentioned, from what I was reading, he's already signed a contract with Impact Wrestling. Can't confirm it, but it's been rumored that he's already signed on the dotted line with Impact Wrestling. He'll be debuting soon. I really feel Braun Strowman is going to be debuting for Impact Wrestling as well. I know they're in talks with Braun Strowman, but the last couple of reports I read, it's saying Bray Wyatt going to make his AEW debut in late September or in October. But now I'm reading here, Impact Wrestling is really, really going after this Bray Wyatt signing. They want to make a big splash, and they need to do it. They need a big free agent signing, and Bray Wyatt is that big free agent signing that Impact Wrestling needs to make. Man, I'm hoping that Impact Wrestling is able to land Bray Wyatt. This would be a huge signing. I don't need to convince anybody of that, but this would be a tremendous signing for Impact Wrestling if they're able to get Bray Wyatt. And there's plenty of people, plenty of talent in Impact Wrestling that Bray Wyatt could work with. I'm just thinking right off the bat, Bray Wyatt and Sami Callihan would have one hell of a freaking match. Bray Wyatt against Eddie Edwards, Bray Wyatt against Moose, Bray Wyatt against Josh Alexander, and the list goes on and on and on. I would love it, man. I would absolutely love to see Bray Wyatt in Impact Wrestling. And man, if they're really going after him, I know before the Good Brothers signed, I know I was reading a lot of reports and a lot of things on social media saying, oh, the Impact Wrestling is not going to be able to sign the Good Brothers. They're going to AEW. And well, we all know what happened. The Good Brothers signed with Impact Wrestling. So maybe Impact Wrestling could offer Bray Wyatt a very incentive-laden contract. Is that the right way? Yeah, it's whatever. But you know what I mean. But pay him a lot of money. I mean, if he signed with Impact Wrestling, they could pay him the money, and he's not going to have to work as many dates as he would have to work with AEW. And he would be the top guy immediately. Unlike if he goes to AEW, he's not necessarily going to be the top guy. He would become the face. He would be the face of Impact Wrestling, 100%. He would be the top guy in Impact Wrestling. I'd put the Impact Wrestling World title on him for a long time. Let him be their champion. I'd have him come in. I'd have him defeat Christian Cage. And it would also add another dimension to the Impact Wrestling AEW partnership. Like if a war breaks out, now we got Bray Wyatt. And if they sign Braun Strowman and Buddy Murphy, now we got those three top guys. And Buddy Murphy's going to be amazing. He has the potential to be a major star. And think if they sign Buddy Murphy 1-on-1 against Bray Wyatt will be terrific as well. If Braun Strowman gets signed, I'm kind of thinking Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman are going to be a duo. But we'll see what happens. But yeah. So just wanted to report that Impact Wrestling is reportedly really going after Bray Wyatt and bringing him to Impact Wrestling. And I got my fingers crossed, man. I hope, I know so much speculation out there. There was one report saying he's going to AEW, one report saying he's going to Impact, but it's either going to be AEW or Impact Wrestling. So I'm thinking, ooh, Scott D'Amore, come on, get it done. Get it done, Scott D'Amore. Get it done. Okay. On that note, I'm going to say thank you very much for listening to me today. If anything else breaks later on, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.